Alright. First thing in the morning here. We got hey. They're very pushy with people. He's trying to shove past me and push me out of the way. I don't like that. Not at all. We have some clients out here. And we'll see if they decide to come out, when they come out. But yeah, so you'll dominate and discipline them if they when they start rushing up to you and everything like that, if they decide to come out. They're very pushy.
The two.
Huh? Yeah, they've been fighting each other, and like one of them, Jake, he had been to a dog trainer, and they were telling him, like, you know, when he's underfoot and stuff, send him to place, and he just very, very neurotic, anxious, want to just constantly be in your space, and and then Bigsy, I just had a conversation with him, because it's like I'm trying to go out the door and he's like ramming into my back of my legs, trying to push past me and everything, and I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah.
I do not like it. So that's why they're going, yeah, I think we're gonna
Take our time.
we're gonna chill. All right, so we were outside for a while, and they've just been hanging out here in the kennels. Come on. Hey, let's go. Let's go. Come on, Karma. Karma, come on. Finally finished up with this gravel project and fence project, and now it's time to organize and clean up, and Murphy's still out here. Perfect. Alright, so Jake and Bigsy have just been chilling. This door ended up shutting, but they've been chilling in here. And they haven't come out yet. That's fine by me. Missy, you know what kennel you need to be in. That's Charlie's over there. Hickory. Hickory. She's probably under the bed. Hickory. Come on, Hickory. Yeah. She likes hanging out under the bed. And there she is. It's time to eat. A late meal. So right now I've just been letting them kind of make their choices, and they have spent all day. I mean, when I let them out this morning, they were being wild and pushy. Uh, this guy, really. And I had a conversation with him, and then he moved into the kennel. Jake moved into the crate, and they've been just chilling ever since. And that's fine by me. I'm on the call with you. So, I'm going to switch you around though, so they're smaller. So this dog, and then the other dog, who is maybe back in their crate. Yeah, just went back in their crate. This dog have been getting in fights, and so this morning I went to let them out, and Bigsy, the black and white pity mix, he come on, Jake, Bigsy, he like goes to like push. Come on, Jake. He goes to push by me, and he goes to push by me, and so I have a conversation with him about like, don't do that to me. And then both of them end up going back into the crates, and they have stayed there until now. And so they've been doing that for, that was probably at 8 this morning, and it's 6:20 right now. And so
it's 9 hours they stay on the crate.
yeah, with the doors open.
Wow.
Yeah. And so this is now they're actually out. I'm gonna see if I can't get Bigsy. 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 Come on, Bigsy. Come on. Come on, Bigsy. Come on, Murphy. Yeah, here he comes. And so they said, come on, Murph. Bigsy. There he is. They said that this guy also just has gotten into it with other dogs. But so far, haven't had any issues. But this dog was when I first saw him, like he's like panting, and like he like pushes into the owner, jumping all over the owner, really wild, all over the place. And when I went and told him what I didn't like, he kind of gave me a look of like, should I bite you? And they said that he's given them teeth and shown teeth to them and stuff like that before. But yeah, it's just interesting how I had this conversation with them. And then yeah, they spent nine hours just like sleeping in the kennels. But they had the ability, like they could have come out, but it wasn't until now. And so to me, I like letting things just organically unfold like that, instead of like grabbing the leash and having them come out or anything.
Yeah.
At least at the beginning.
Okay. So you just telling me that it's okay if some of the dogs doesn't want to come out. He just like wants to hiding on something when they first coming into your environment or your territory.
Yeah, I think
Is
like
that
Yeah, I think it's like it just shows you like who they are and how they respond to things. You know, all I did was I said that I didn't like because like I was in like a narrow space, and then he like shoves into the back of my knee and is like trying to like full force push past me, and I told him to
Mm,
get off me, knock it off. And then
mm,
he retreats into the kennel, and then Jake retreats into the kennel with the other kennel, and then I left the doors open and I just walked out, and my clients have been coming over, dogs have been coming over and in and out, and they just have been sleeping.
mm.
So, and but it looks like Jake is potentially going to start looking at playing with everyone pretty quickly. But this is why, to me, I don't. Yeah, I don't. I don't get too worried if the dog is not necessarily wanting to be a part of things. Um,
Mm.
I'm looking to understand why and who they are, and obviously I like when they can be social and feel part of the group and everything. But some are more social than others. Some are more outgoing. Some are more sensitive. Like they're all different, you know.
Yeah, yeah. This is the thing that I just thinking about. Uh, what all those happen situation in my facility. I mean, like there is a bunch of dogs that doesn't want to play, wants to engage. They like to waiting for me, like to open the door so they can get inside and hiding into maybe in the corner, or even like,
Yeah,
let's
yeah,
say.
yeah.
So
Murphy. Like I wonder if these guys will follow me, but Murphy, he's probably he's probably chilling in this over here.
okay,
Like
okay.
and this is just what he does. He'll come in, socialize a little bit, and then he goes and hangs out. He then hangs out by himself, you know.
Oh, so I got it. So instead of we just force them to come out, or just making a pressure that's come on, let's go, come on. So you just waiting for them to just unfolding naturally. Is it
Yeah,
what you
yeah,
meant?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm moving, and then it looks like Bigsy is gonna come out. See, like so they chose to come out and start doing all this, right? I'm not
Mm,
forcing it. Now there
mm.
might come a time where with a dog I'm like, look, I'm you're gonna be a part, you're gonna get involved in this, but but I like to let things kind of unfold and then just kind of see what they do and why they're doing what they're doing, and then I go from there. But
Okay, I will this is something that I will personally do at my facility. But the other the other partner is actually, he he just confusing with this idea, because he doesn't want to make uh my clients or our clients get confused. Why? When they starting asking me and my partner, why does my dogs being near under the table, not going into the play area, blah blah blah. So
yeah,
so
it's
I
like
have.
it's like people want they go, I want my dog to act like this because it makes me feel better when they do that,
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah, right.
and to me it's like people could see Murphy sitting in that hallway and go, "Oh, poor Murphy. He hates it there." No, he comes in the
Yeah.
morning. He has a great time playing with the dogs. He plays with these two this guy.
This guy, he plays, and then he starts, and then he just kind of chills. But
Yeah.
and
And
then
after,
some dogs come in, like, and they 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 just kind of, they're not necessarily big players.
mm,
They don't really do that.
mm. But if, but what if, let's say that you close all the door, uh, even though you have to close your uh, i- house. I mean, like your door house. So you just let all the dogs being outdoor, and then let's say who is the guy that laying down on your alley inside the
That's
house.
inside Murphy.
Okay, so let's say that so let's say all the dogs is being outdoor, so you just close the door. So is it, so what's happened if let's say that Murphy is waiting on the door, so whenever you open it, and then he just started to rushing going inside.
Yeah, so
Do
he's
you
getting picked.
understand what?
Hold on. So he's getting picked up, and so now he's coming out, and then and with Jake, I've known that he likes to try to push and shove through spaces. I'm gonna hand you this, and then and so with him, I don't want that. Murphy, come on, Murphy, come on. And he's like, I know where I'm going. I'll yeah, they just actually came out. Yeah, they've been in their crates all day, just with them open. They've just been hanging. So yeah, I'm just rolling with this right now. But yeah, I'll talk to you more later.
Okay.
Not you. I'm talking to you.
Oh, sorry,
I'm
sorry.
I'm talking to my
Sorry.
client. Yeah.
Okay,
Um.
okay, okay.
But yeah. So then they they're all out. Then I'm gonna come back in, and so say it's like I'm gonna shut this up. So I'm gonna have them come on. Come on, Bigsy, Samson, Grace. Come on. Come on, Bigsy. And so we just move right back in, and so I'm gonna go back outside, and now we have and then both of them are coming with. So instead of like trying to force them, they're now like they're coming out, they're participating, right?
Mm. Yes.
But they felt like doing this now. So now I'm just going, okay, now we're at this point. And so I've had dogs come and they just they sit on the outskirts and sit on the outskirts, and then they actually start engaging eventually. Sometimes
Mm.
I then lower, I might switch up the dogs because maybe I just put them with one other dog or a couple other dogs, you know,
Mm. Yeah.
because maybe they're overwhelmed by all of it. I but I just think that when at the beginning, I definitely like to just see how it unfolds naturally
Mm.
instead of thinking I like, oh, I need to like put him with dogs and I need you to come here. No, like I ended up addressing him because Bigsy, because I didn't like being pushed. And then they responded in the way of staying in their crate for like 9 hours. They could have come
Mm.
out. They chose to do that, right? And
Yes.
now they came out now, and I and and since they're new, like coming out now, everybody's like, "Ooh, okay, let's socialize." Let's
Mm,
mingle. And and then since everyone's out, I'm gonna look at inserting myself here and there because we got everybody out. and and I want to make sure that they can hear me. But any any questions about this? Does this make sense for you?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, yeah, it's all makes sense. But what I still a bit confusing is, let's say that all those dogs right now is in your outdoor area, and
Yeah.
then you close your house door.
Yeah.
So let's say that Samson suddenly going into the door, and then when you open the door, and then Samson is straight away moving into your house. So
Yeah.
uh, because I remember the Brandon's video about the communication take places.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I just want to like understand more better, because uh it's still a little bit confusing because about the language barrier that I have to understand slowly about what you've talked about the communication take places, and what Brandon's uh talk about the communication take places video. So
This guy pooping on the bush.
so
Um.
so because
Yeah. Yeah.
the,
So
because the,
yeah, I know what you're talking. I know what video you're talking about. So,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
so say, this is closed, and
yeah,
then they're standing here, and I open it up, and they want out.
yeah.
Yeah. So, uh, looks like he's stuck over here. Come on, Bigsy. Bigsy, come on. There you go. So, so like, yeah, if like, I might let a dog go so that they feel safe. They feel like they're protected. They can kind of move out of a situation versus being trapped in one.
Oh,
You know?
yeah. Yeah, yeah. So I got the point, because I just when you talk right now, I just simply thinking in my head about the situation when I got the my client's Rottweiler that I sent the video when I just throwing up the a gallon. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that you said that why you put him on the corner and then he make the self defense. So I just realized every time I force him going into the play area, he just like pacing around stressfully, and then he knows that there is a door that can make him going inside.
Yeah.
So instead of I just let him going inside,
Shit. Hey, hey. Yeah.
I just let him going inside, I doing the mistake that I just dominate him to force him just staying on the play area. So this is something that I finally understand. So I should let him going inside, right? Actually.
Yeah. Like, well, so sometimes I make dogs deal with something, other times I don't. So something that comes to my mind is there's a dog, Finn, and there's some videos on the Dependable Canine
Uh,
channel of, I think, exactly what I'm talking about. But I had dogs in a hallway, and there's
mm,
baby gated off, and Finn is real sensitive to being around dogs and stuff. He doesn't want to be
mm,
around him. He'll discipline bite him for approaching. Um,
mm,
and so what I did was I had all these dogs in the hallway, and then I would move through the dogs with Finn to the other side, and then he would come out. So he'd go through all the dogs, knowing And then he's like, I just need to get to the other gate and then I'm going to come out and then I won't have to be with the dogs. So then I'm allowing him to go through and he's bumping up against all these dogs and being near them. But he's focused on getting out of there versus feeling like he's trapped with them all. He's like, let me go through. So I'm kind of getting him used to like touching dogs, being around dogs, like being all right, but then he finds safety.
Mm.
And then over
Yeah,
time,
yeah,
I just slowed it down. I just slowed my walk down through all the dogs, and 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 I just put him in all these different situations, um, so he could kind of feel his way through that, and then
yeah, yeah,
he could find the answers of, oh, I can be safe like this. Oh, I could do it like this.
yeah. Because I had a client poodle maybe like 3 days ago. So uh, I think I already post it on our group of four about the one that using the muzzle and then keep being touched by a stranger, but in the same time the dogs is like doing all the assertive and dominance body position through other dogs. And when they when that dog's coming into my facility 3 days ago, suddenly they just like wants to going outside my facility, and he just being trapped on the fence, like, oh
Yeah.
my god, I just caught up, because if I'm not caught up, I think I will lose my client's dog at those times. So I just realized that I think I should. So let me ask you, if you are on those particular situation that you are like, let's say that you are accepting a new clients that going into your daycare, and then they kept pacing out back and forth like stressful, because the dogs is sensing there is a lot of dogs in those situation, and he just wants to like run away from your house. So what if those situations happen? What do you do?
A dog that's real anxious and pacing and trying to like run.
Yeah, run around from your house. Let's say that he can jump into your fence and going outside and just wanna looking for
An
the
escape.
owner.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's say that the dog is getting scared, and then he just trapped between the fence, like between the fence, and because he just wants to going run away from your houses. What do you gonna do to make the dogs like, hey man, don't run away from my house? What do you gonna do? Are you just letting him moving through his
Um.
stress and anxiety?
Um. Well, I mean, there's just a lot. Like, to me, like, I'd be looking at, like, if like, say like the dog gets like this because the owner leaves.
Mm,
Um. So Murphy, the dog that was in the hallway. Um.
yeah.
When the owner goes to leave, when she drops off,
Mm,
uh, say she's going to leave out this gate.
mm,
I I have her walk, and then she goes to leave, and when he's following her out, I make her chase him back off and into here. So then he feels like, oh, it's safer and better to be in here. I don't want to be out there.
mm,
I don't want to
mm.
follow her. So then it changes how he feels, and 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 then
So you
and
actually gave Murphy pressure.
uh yeah, like, because Murphy, like, what will happen is he what he's done is, like, she goes to leave after she's like dropped him off, been hanging out here. She'll go to leave and she'll go open up the gate and he'll push past her out to like and to like go to the truck, you know?
Mm,
So
yeah.
so I told her, like, dominate him, discipline him. And he went to the truck, and I actually had her chase him away from the truck, and then he came back to through the gate to be with where I was and with the other dogs.
Mm.
And so that's what I did with Murphy, because like
Okay.
he yeah, but I also am like, you have to understand your relationship as well, and then it's normal, I think, for dogs to feel like they need to be with the pack, you
Mm.
know.
Yeah. Yeah.
um but I'm like, well, to me, I think if you make him feel like, don't follow me, don't come with me, don't come out here, and then he comes in here to feel, oh, it's safer, then when she leaves, like, he's not usually like, oh my gosh, where do I go, where do I, like, where is she, it's over with. And then
Yeah.
um like, sometimes I let the dog just like be doing its thing, and then what happens is the other dogs will start to be like, hey, like, settle down, or don't run into me like that, and
Mm.
or they'll like be moving around, and then eventually things will settle. Sometimes I make them feel like where they're going is danger, and so that they like, they might come back towards me, or connect onto the pack, or they just will stop, like, they'll find somewhere else to like just like chill. It all just kind of depends um, with what's going on in the dog.
Mm.
But do you follow with that? Any questions about it?
Yeah. 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 I just listening what you said, and just like simply translating in my mind to my language about what you've said, but I just got it from all those kind of sentence and words that coming from yourself.
Yeah.
So what if you just tell the client that's Murphy following her back to just dominate and discipline before they leave?
I have her do it when, like, he goes across the gate boundary.
Mm.
So where the gate closes, so if like, here's the gate and it's open, I
Mm.
wait till he crosses the threshold, because to me that's where the safety is. So then if I shut the gate, it's he's on the side of the safety. That threshold where the gate is where the danger occurred, where he
Mm.
he goes, oh, I don't want to go out there,
Mm.
but it'll be interesting to see, like, when, as we talk to Brandon and stuff, like what his thoughts and stuff would be on it. But yeah, I've experimented around with those things, and I find that it's effective. Like Charlie, he
Yeah.
he can start throwing a fit and everything. It's like, look, if I walk out here, he's gonna look to come um over here, and I'll go out of sight, and usually he looks to come. I mean, this is pretty good for Charlie's book,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
usually it's like always around, but I've been dominating and disciplining him, chasing him off. Leave me alone. Stop clinging to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Because then if he's like trapped in here, he's now freaking out because he always feels and thinks that he needs to be where I'm at and see me and be by me, you know?
Okay.
So then I start, yeah, here he's going to start coming. So then when he comes around this corner, I'm going to give him body language and the energy of,
Okay.
and,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so I chase him back, and now I'm going to be here waiting. I'm
That's
not necessarily
that's the
looking
thing.
at him, you know, of
Yeah.
like, you get my point, and because he flipped around. And so I'm going to wait for him to kind of sit down, lay down, move off. before I do.
Okay. So what you did with Charlie earlier is actually the one that my employee should do with my puppy, right?
Like, if they're being too clingy, like, to me, like, and so now I'm back over here and he's laying down, you know? Cause,
Yeah.
cause I mean, I'm telling you, man, it's like everywhere I go, and it's ridiculous. It's just too much. And and then when he's in the kennel or he's separate, he's freaking out. And so people would say, "Oh, he freaks out in the kennel." But it doesn't matter if he's loose in the house. If you go on the outside of the house, he's jumping on the blinds. He's trying to go through the blind. You know. So
Yeah.
what I do is I get rid of the barriers. And then I actually just tell him the truth that get away from me. I don't want you around me. Go. Get out of here. You know?
Yeah.
So then he starts to feel like, yeah, I'm going to just stay in here. And then he learns how to be by him a little bit more by himself. Not so dependent on being around me. I personally, this is my theory. I think it sounds good and it makes sense to me, is that he is a lab Great Pyrenees mix. And I think that he thinks more like a Great Pyrenees. And I think that
Mm.
the way people have lived with him have made him feel like people are weak. They're like sheep that he needs to guard and follow and keep track of the
And
herd.
to hurting to
And
hurting people, right?
so then if people approach and everything,
Mm.
and other dog, he looks at it as a threat, and I have to guard, I have to protect, you know, and
Mm.
so then he gets stressed if he can't be around me, because I
Mm.
think he thinks he has to watch and like guard and like supervise me, you know.
Mm.
And so this is where if I go inside, he might look to he might look to uh, come. And again, this is actually amazing that this is taking place, because usually
Mm.
he would already be on me. Like, he would have been right through this door pretty much right when I went through it.
Mm.
And then it's like I could be in the living room. I could be in the living room.
Okay.
I could be in here. He
Okay.
could be laying here. I get up and I go to the bathroom. He gets up and he feels like I gotta come. And so here he is. I'm gonna give him that body language again of,
Okay, got the point.
you know, and
Yeah.
so the reason I'm doing this is because I want him to just start not feeling like he has to be, where are you going? What are you doing? What's going on over here? All the time.
So
Like,
what
I'm telling you,
what
he's laying here. I go into here, and then he has to be right here. I'll go get done
okay.
going to the bathroom. He's laying right here.
Okay.
And it's like, and then I get up and I'm gonna go like check the food, and then he comes and he's standing here looking at me.
Oh,
All the other, like,
he is come back.
most of the other dogs are just, they're just hanging out, you know? They
Yeah,
don't
yeah, yeah,
need
yeah.
to, like, they don't need to cling to every little movement and thing that I'm doing.
Okay, so the situation with Charlie is actually happened with my pit bull.
Yeah.
So I get the point. Yeah, sometimes I did with what you did, like chasing him off, like so he doesn't want to like follow me around inside the house or anything that I did outside the house. But yeah, I have to repeat doing all those action over and over. But
Yeah, well, like, to me, I I've disciplined him. But look at this. So this guy's now chilling back in his this crate. This guy's in this one, but um Jake, look at this one. This one was just closed, but this is where it's like it's going perfect to me, where they they're not clinging to me. They're not causing it any big issue. I mean, Jake wanted to kind of push on top of this guy a bit, and he said he didn't like that. But Jake didn't fight him back. But Jake has fought Bigsy back, you know. So, but it's something that again, um, again, I think that it's normal for dogs to want to be with us, and we're part of the pack, but there comes a point where I just feel that there's too much clinginess. It's like I feel like you start to feel it. It's like you're always underfoot. It gets annoying, you know? And so I just start to be like, look, it's annoying. Leave me alone. And I tell him the
Mm,
truth. Leave me alone. Stop
mm,
following me. I'm over it. And then I've disciplined him. Like and then he's stubborn. Charlie's a stubborn dog. So to me, you know, he's gone most of his life thinking that he has to be like this with people and he can be like this to now I'm looking to Satan, don't be like that with people. And
yeah, yeah.
but he's shifted quite a bit, but yeah, so throughout the day, I like I try to pay attention. Do I feel like he's too clingy and he's too on top of me? And then sometimes I just chase him out of an area and it's like, get out of my sight. Get out of here.
Mm, okay.
But I like honestly, I'm just experimenting around with this idea that I have, you know?
Mm,
And I'm thinking, okay, like he thinks that he needs to watch over me. Well, I'm going to start being more assertive and say, leave me alone. So hopefully he'll start saying like, hey, it's not in my best interest to do this with this guy, you know?
okay.
And then I want him to start experiencing that he's fine uh not doing it to me. It's all good. Like, but it's just a lot. Like I put him in the kennel and he's drooling everywhere and then he's pawing at it, like barking, and he's settling a bit, but this is why I just try to look at it throughout my day, like getting him used to don't be with me, don't come, and instead of physical barriers, I'm creating mental and emotional boundaries, territorial boundaries. Don't come in
Okay.
this area right now. Get away. Get out of here.
Mm,
So then he has to get used to being uh, more separate from me. He has to deal with that. But
okay. So